sweating it out, thinking about, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to get into nursing school? Do I have that GPA? Am I going to be able to pull this off? I mean, Trash and I were having a philosophy class together. We would come in and we were learning all about deontology and utilitarianism and all this. And it's like, oh gosh, I hope I get my letter. But sure enough, with you all, I got my letter of acceptance, and I knew that I was on. It was an incredible moment, and one that I realized would change my life forever. And I always take this with me. I remember when I began my nursing school experience. This was a brand new pencil. It was a symbol of a change in my life, a new path. And now as I look at it, it's worn down to nothing. It's got teeth marks on it. The eraser's gnawed off. I should probably be practicing standard precautions in the pen, but it represents a little element of my journey. But what has this journey proved to us all? Well, it's proved a special something. One, we are all very capable of dedication. Dedication to ourselves, our patients, our peers that we work with. We also have proven that we can work with others and that we're willing to accept new ways of doing things and always being open to that knowledge that there probably is a better way than what I'm doing, which will help us succeed. We too, all of us, have found out that we can successfully do time management. We can be in the right place at the right time, even with the right shoes on our feet. It happens to a few of us. But lastly, what we've all discovered is that we do have a genuine desire to really understand and learn what it means to be human. To understand that element, we learned about the concept of positive regard. And regardless of who that individual is, where they've come from, what their limitations are, we will care for them and help them on their path to recovery. So, the future. What are some big things we know? Well, for most of us, employment. I am, like so many of you, ready to see the cash flow come in. But one of the things that I definitely want to be continually doing, and we all will be doing this, we will be engaging in scholarship. That sense of learning new things constantly, getting those CEUs. It seems now such a distant concept, but we'll be there. We'll be doing it. We will also be learning to develop respect and dignity for all those that we take care of. We will also be learning to advocate for them in ways that we can express our voice much louder to the community, to agencies that can help our patients. And lastly, we will always be advocating for safety and rights of others and the rights of our fellow nurses. Well, what are some things that we can do in the future? We know the things we're going to probably be doing, but what are some of the things we can do? Well, we're always going to be trying to establish ourselves in an evidence-based practice, work at becoming a more productive member of that new nursing team. Because all of us are going to be the new rookies going in on the floor. And we're going to be like, I'm the new kid. I want to find that mentor. I want to find that person that can help me, and I want to develop a good relationship with them because they're going to carry me through these first few months. We're going to want to establish new and effective ways of teaching what we learn. We're eventually going to get into our 10 years of work, and we're going to be helping that new rookie out. And crazy as this may seem, we one day may be the clinical instructor wearing that white coat, the black scrubs, going, oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm here, and what are you doing to that poor person? Get out of it. Keep in mind. But let's keep building on the foundations that we've learned now, because we've learned so much. I mean, in these 2 years, it seems, well, for one thing, it seems so long, especially when we have those long nights of study. But let's keep building upon that and getting better and better at our profession. But lastly, one of the biggest things we can do for our future is establishing positive rapport, a sense of empathy, and getting our patient populations to truly trust us from a standpoint of competence, a standpoint of genuineness. Because with their confidence in us, we grow in our confidence and we become truly, shall we say, gain a foothold in our profession. Well, whom do we have to thank for getting here? Well, so many of us have a long list. long, long list. Family, friends that have given us emotional, financial, spiritual support. There are some of us who have lost relatives and friends along the way. They cannot be here with us now. But one thing that I do know is that they are taking this moment, they are living in our minds and in our hearts, and they are here with us. And our success as nurses fosters their legacy and their remembrance in us. Yes, nursing school, nursing school, nursing school. I take a deep breath. I look out at you all this moment in time. You all take a moment to look at each other. And it was that collective as one that gathered us and took us through this journey. We learned knowledge, we learned new skills, but we got there because we all worked together. And I am very grateful that we were able to do so. The concept of our PIN is, it means things to many individuals. But I thought I would say a little bit about the PIN since that's why we're all here. But the big thing is that it's a symbol of our experience thus far in nursing, in our academic tenure. We are now making the transition to a professional tenure. And it gives us the opportunity to become part of a professional organization. For many of us, the PIN represents a continuation. If we come from a family of healthcare providers such as myself, I am a continuation of what we've done. But for many of us, our PIN is we are the first of our family to go down that road. We are the first to, shall we say, choose that career path. We serve as a role model to our younger brothers and sisters, also other young people that we know in our lives. That nursing is definitely a worthwhile profession, one that is honorable and has great potential. Over the years, time will go by, the luster of our PINs will fade. So one challenge that I have for you all is just to assign a simple meaning to that PIN. What it means for you in terms of a personal strength that you have that has carried you through those long tests, those pathophysiology finals, pharmacology finals. I remember the cardiac, it was a doozy. We all made it. We all made it. Speaking of cardiac, my heart right now, I think it's humming along at a rough 135. But in closing, when I look at my worn-out pencil and what it is, I realize that I'll get a freshman out of the box when I start my new career, my new job. I will be fresh out of the box, and I will have the ability to organize and express my thoughts. I will have confidence in myself and what I can become and what I can provide for my peers on the nursing floor. We've gathered so much experience that remember the duties of safe practice, safety to our patients, and our abilities to help others in a never-ever changing nursing environment. We all will learn to become very adaptable very quickly. Once again, I would like to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me this opportunity. It represented, shall we say, a special moment in time for me because obviously it's one of the first times I've ever spoken to a group this big, but also I'm speaking in front of a group of individuals that I have spent so much time with and gone through so much struggles with over the past 2 years. We all have grown so much, and I am so very proud of all of you, and I know that you're all proud of each other. Once again, thank you all for having me. My BSN graduates and now colleagues, we start our legacy. Thank you, and God bless.